Hey everyone, get ready for an awesome Ultimate Bow live class. So today I've got something special prepared for you. Just grab your staff, your broomstick, whatever you have. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do a warm-up. We're going to do some traditional techniques practice. We're actually going to work on striking through rather than just doing the techniques kind of through the basic principles. And we're also going to work on some combat kick combinations using kicks and combat strikes. And then we're going to finish up with a couple of practices of Okinawan Bojutsu Kihon Kata. Okay, so first we're just going to be doing rowing. Put both palms down and be rotating your body. Loosening up our forearms, our wrist, our hips as well. It's kind of moving with it. So thank you so much for joining with me live today. It's a very special opportunity to get to actually work out with you right now as this is happening. And if you're not able to do it live, that's okay to be able to jump in and watch this whenever you have time. But make sure you're training with me, not just watching the class. Okay, so next we're going to go into hand switches. So we're just going to switch hands, keeping one hand on the staff the entire time. This is very simple, working on dexterity. We never want to lose the staff. We always have one hand gripping the staff. Losing our staff means we have to go back to empty hand karate, which is pretty good as well. But, you know, if you can have a 6-foot staff between you and another person, that's definitely recommended. We're going to go horizontal with these switches now. We're just going side to side, getting really comfortable. Okay, so we're going to go one palm up, one palm down again. We're going to do some like half speed diagonal striking. These are really angle 1, angle 2 strikes. If you understand and know our Ultimate Bow curriculum, right? Angle 1 and angle 2. We're not going full speed, full power on these right now. Way to get warmed up. I'm just going to switch hand positions now. My right palm is down, left palm's up. Switching legs in front, same thing. Okay, I'm going to switch back. We're going to go to some horizontal strikes. Guys, this is just our warm-up. We just want to get warmed up. We want to get moving. We're going side to side, doing side strikes or horizontal strikes. We're going to step it up in a moment when we get to our curriculum sections. Hope you guys can see me well. I am using a 1080p webcam instead of our regular 4K cameras and all the fancy equipment we tend to film our on-demand material with. But hopefully you're able to train and have a good experience today. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you can see well, if the audio is good, and you guys are having a good time training. Don't take too long making a comment because that means you're not training. We're going to switch back. We're going to do some uppercut strikes, uppercutting motion. So we're actually going like angle 5 and 6. I'm going to switch now. So it's really like an uppercut on the front, and then the back is a pushing uppercut strike. So angle 5 and 6. Again, like half speed, maybe 2/3 power now. Okay, we're going to do knee strike, switch legs, knee strike. It's really about stretching out your hip flexors, pushing forward, switch, switch. Just kind of finishing the top of my thigh or quadricep there on the staff. Gives me a nice impact point where I'm finishing my strike. If you're really mad someday and you want to show off too, just break your staff like this in front of your class. Just a little instructor tip for you. Okay, hope you guys are feeling really good. We're going to go ahead and move into the traditional techniques part of our class today. So these are traditional techniques from the Ultimate Bow style. meaning that it's American Bojutsu. They were rooted in Okinawan Bojutsu and other Japanese staff styles as well as other types of staff styles from around the world. But we're going to do something called the overhead front strike. So overhead front strike is prepare, strike, right? Most of you guys should know that one. Here. What we're going to do today, though, is we're just going to finish the entire motion. Even if that means going through like excessively or like in a hyperbolic type of motion. So that's what I'm talking about. We're here. I want you to push down further and complete all the way through. And I want you to pull back further. We want to get used to full ranges of motion, okay, especially when it comes to combat and sparring against someone. We don't want to train our body purely to stop early always. Okay, now what we're going to do today is that overhead front strike. We're going to go all the way through. Okay, on my count, we're going to do it 10 times on each side. So again, it'll look like this. 1, 2, pulling back, continuing the strike. 3, I'm still going into my forward momentum front stance. So rather than just here, okay, I am going 4, going into the opponent. 5, 6, you guys should be putting a lot of energy into these now. 7, and there's that kime, which is the rotation at the end of the strike, turning the hand over on that front side. 8, 9. Once you finish your strike, be totally relaxed. The only part where you're tensing your muscles is on the impact point. 10. We're going to switch sides now. Same thing. I'm going left hand dominant. It's prep, pull down and through into a front stance. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't have to change directions every time. I'm just doing it for you. 10. Front stance. Okay, chest is popped out. As I finish that strike, I push down and out with the kime, hitting into the neck, the blade of the shoulder, the back of the head, even potentially, depending on your angle. Pulling back. We're going to go into an uppercut now. This is a traditional technique, uppercut. And what we're going to do, we're going to step out into our back stance. I want you to really overemphasize that uppercut. Like you're high-fiving someone way taller than you. Some NBA basketball player, unless you yourself are really tall. Ready. 1. So I'm going up higher than normal and I'm pulling back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. Right palm is down now, left palm is up. I do a rowing motion. I come up and back as I push up. Okay, I'm totally overemphasizing, but that's what we're doing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry if my out breaths are annoying you. It's really important to me to have a good cadence in my breathing. 5. Allows me to keep my energy level up. 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to look at our traditional technique front thrust. It's going to be prep and extend out. So we're not going to be able to extend out that much further than we really typically should in this one, because on a good front thrust and ultimate bow, you do have quite a bit forward momentum, right? We just never want to bend over the back and like lose our composure there. But really moving in all the way to the strike. And we're aligning our body behind it. So if you have a friend there with you, someone that can come up to you, have them like push on the end of your bow with a lot of force. You should still, even with this aligned type stance that seems rather narrow, it's actually going to give you a lot of composure. Whereas if you're like here, you can be pushed over more easily. So it's something to try, and that's kind of a fun thing to do with your class if you're an instructor teaching bow. So we're going to go right hand dominant. 1, definitely good full extension. 2, very nice kime on that front arm, turning it over and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, switch left dominant. Ready, 1, 2. It's a long front stance that we land into. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You guys feeling that? Are you getting tired at all? We got to step it up a little bit then. We're going to do a sweep now. Sweep, again, when I typically instruct this, I make sure students go over farther past their lead leg on purpose, but we're going to go here. We're going to sweep down and out. Really open up that front hip, okay, as you go into the sweep. So rather than going here and having to use only your lead arm, which is going to tire you out, it's not going to be as powerful as using the rest of your body. If we use the rest of our body, I'm able to push my back leg into it, push my hips into it, and twist into the end of the sweep. We're going to do that 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please don't break anything in your room. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to switch sides. Up, down, round, open up, come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll switch back. We're going to do one more traditional technique, striking through. Then we're going to be moving on to our combat kicks, or really our combat kick combos. So we're going to do an overhead rib strike. Again, in a horse stance, we're in a somewhat relaxed horse stance. Coming up, down and around. Up, down and around. I want you to really go into it. Being mindful to just twist your body. We want to get more used to using our hips, our core, our lower body as well into our strikes. That's the purpose of this class, this section of the class today. We don't want to only generate power from pushing and pulling of our arms, which the pushing and pulling is already really important. Some people only push. So keep this in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to switch now. The other arms are going to be dominant. Stay in the same stance though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to go take a 5-minute water break. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to. Now we're going to move on to the next part of our class. So we're going to do combat kick combinations. This is something I want you to use in your sparring. So if you practice sparring with your training partner, whoever that might be, or in your school or wherever, or even if you just have a bag, a body opponent bag, a punching bag or something, it's going to be some interesting combinations to think about and to work on today with me. The first one's going to be, I'm just holding normal combat hold, middle guard position. I've got a high line strike coming at my head, most likely over here on what would be the more available side. I'm going to do a high line vertical parry, okay, and block that. Now, that's where their staff is right now. Typically, they're going to expect a pullback, probably like a thrust or something. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to high line, cross step, side kick to the knee, thrust, and like an angle 2. So it'll look like this. Or you can change your follow-up combatives. But your high line parry, as you step with your back leg a little bit, your leg's already behind the other leg, so just step up, bring the knee up. It's a side kick hitting with the blade of the foot or the heel to the knee. Thrust, angle 2. Let's do it together. We're going to do it 1 time slow together and then 5 times at normal speed. Ready? 1. Step my left leg back as I vertical. Step my left leg up to my right. Bring my right knee up. Boom. Side kick. Thrust. Angle 2. Okay, we'll do it on our normal speed. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. We're going to switch now to our left dominant. Left arm is up, facing up, right hand down, left leg in front. I've got the strike coming on this side now. I step my right leg back some, vertical parry. My leg's already crossed over. Bring the knee, straight, break the knee, or do some serious damage to the knee. Okay, thrust, angle strike. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, we'll go back to right hand dominant. The next one's going to be, we're doing a fake high, like a feint. And then because of that, the arms are drawn up some. And rather than going low with our staff, we're just going to kick to the groin really hard, really fast. So it looks like this. I'm here. I fake high with my angle 1. Boom. Front instep kick to the groin. Pointing my toes forward. Swinging up, hitting the bottom of my shin. This is a kick we do in Krav Maga. You don't see it in some other traditional styles, but you keep your foot flat. And you hit with the bottom of the shin or the instep straight up to the groin. So do it with me. It's fake the angle 1. Don't actually do it. So it's just here. Boom. Lean back a little bit. Be careful. Don't go too fast on this. I don't want you to fall over. Because if you like really jolt yourself and you're not used to it, you can hurt yourself. So be careful. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, that's how it works. It's very fast. So you go into the kick. We switch. Now it's the other side. So it's faking high on this side. Growing kick. This could be with the ball of the foot if you need to extend a little further out. Of course, they're closer to you. The growing kick and the instep kick makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you just want to finish the strike. Don't cut yourself off from the potential of doing that, okay, because it might be open. 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna do one more. This is kind of for fun. Would I use this in a self-defense scenario? Nah, it's not high enough percentage for me to use it. But in sparring, and if we're doing like point sparring with the staffs, it's a fun one to throw in. So you're sparring, you've got a thrust coming at you, you're gonna do a simple parry. It's just a very small, move your staff over and literally redirect that thrust. Sort of like a push parry almost, but it's just a simple parry. Your body's already turned some, boom, spinning back kick. So you're just taking the momentum of your small step, and then their body is open on that side anyway, because the staff is over here and their arms are tied up. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, so we'll switch sides now. Same thing. Simple parry. I already got my momentum going. Ready? 1. It would have to be really fast. If it's not perfectly timed as you're finishing your simple parry, they will draw back and hit you with a staff. That's why it's not a high percentage for a real fight. 2. If it's really well timed, it's like being able to do a good slip or a good bob and weave in a boxing match. 3. 4. 5. Okay, so let's take a couple of deep breaths in now that we're dizzy. Take a deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. If you guys don't know, I put a lot of energy into my classes when I'm doing them with you. I don't hold back. So it makes it a little bit hard to talk sometimes. We're going to go into the last section of our class, which we're actually going to do Kamini, kihon kata each. This is the first kihon kata I learned when I went to Okinawa and trained with Kamini sensei in Ryukyu Kobudo. I was lucky enough to get to go work with him and their association for 4 days a couple of weeks ago. This time it was in the United States, so I didn't have to go to Okinawa. I love Okinawa, trust me, but it's just obviously a little bit more expensive and more difficult to get there, but I definitely got to work more on their katas, or kata. We worked on sushinoko and sho, and some different weapons as well, other than just bow. But we're going to do Kamini kihon kata each today. I'll point out a couple of things after it. If you haven't learned this yet, it's in the Ultimate Bow course. If you're a full student, it's in the extra section. You can learn some of this stuff there. But we're going to go ahead and go over it today. Just staying with me. If you don't know it, just do your best to follow along. Ready? Bow, grab, turn, yoi. Kihon kata ichi, migi. So we're doing right hand side focus. Begin. Bring the staff up, grab, step forward. We're going to land into a right leg shikodachi. And that's a shomenuchi. And shuransuki. And kamae. Stepping forward and a kamae position. It's a low block, like a geran-uke. And then geran-suki. And then we're going to next. So we're here, we stepped up, block here, step forward into like a shizentai natural stance. And then we're going to drop in, geran barai, into this block. Pull back, shomenuchi, furansuki. We step our right leg back with looking to the left. It's that same combo. It's kihon number 4. Step forward, back, and kamae. We just rotate to the left. Shuransuki, step forward. Step our right leg back. It's the same combo. This time it's down, shuransuki, but we step our left leg back. And for this final shuransuki, we actually step our feet together in a straight line. Shikodachi. Step our left leg over, right leg over. It's a middle block. Turn, down, step back, bow. So again, we're not going over it in full detail today. We're going to do it again. A couple things I want to point out, guys, in this style of Kobudo, keeping your feet planted to the ground and purely getting your power from the rotation of the push-pull and the hips is really what it's about. So it's not so much about footwork. Obviously, footwork's important, but it's about landing into a connected stance where you have a very good placement. And then from here, rather than having to like push out with my arms, I'm just whipping my hips out so hard that I can generate that force in the proper stance that makes it very difficult to combat. So we're going to do it again. Do your best to follow along with me. Hooray. Okay, so we're going to do it again, sorry, from here. Kamini kihon kata 1. Hajime. Shumanuchi, Churanski. Right leg back. Kerenuke, Keranski. Geran barai, Shumanuchi, Churanski. We turn left, it's the same combo. It's back to the front, same combo, but we step our left leg back. Up. Hi! A couple interesting things I learned from this particular kata is, so this geran barai seems a little odd the way it feels. You're here. Move my pants up so I can get into it. And we drop down into shikodachi. So we come from a natural stance, and then we drop down, blocking a lower strike that's coming to our body by coming around. So you don't come straight to the side. You have like a circular motion. So it's drop. And that bottom arm pushes out a little further than the top arm. So rather than here, it's here. Okay, so that's something that it's kind of interesting. Whereas like in Ultimate Bow, we have a combat block. It's like a low-line vertical parry. It's essentially the same idea, low-line vertical parry. Whereas they're just kind of dropping a little bit deeper, and from here, I'm sorry, they're keeping the other hand on the other side of the shoulder rather than on the opposite shoulder like we do in our combat block. So interesting kihon kata. I really enjoyed learning it though, learning more about the style, getting practice in on that. Hope you guys really like this class today. I'm sweating. I had a great class. I've been doing quite a bit of staff training. This staff weighs almost 3 pounds, and it's really funny. When I came back from that 4-day seminar, I was using it. I'm like, this is hilarious. It feels like a toothpick bow right now because I did like several hours of training every day. So it's pretty cool whenever you can get pushed like that to either go to a live event or even have your own training challenge where you're like, I'm going to do 2 hours of bow for 3 days in a row. And it's pretty cool. These quantum leaps you can make in your own development and training, I would say. So let me know what you think. I'll be seeing you guys in the GMAU in the Ultimate Bow course. If you're not a full student there, you actually love training with the staff, the entire course is available. You can actually earn rank in the style. You get all the classes, you get all the lessons. There's a ton of material there, and you get instructor support. You can test and everything. It's pretty unique. So there's a great community of students there. They're there to help you out, and you get to train with one another, each other grow. So it's very cool. And I'll see you guys in there. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.